What up, Chase? Once again, you're bringing it with the polls and you're bringing it with the topics. I kind of think this one's a slam dunk. I mean, with the at the aftermath of UFC 92, I mean, the obvious number one contender was Rampage for the world, light heavyweight title. However, after his fight with Keith Jardine, and so many fights in so many months, and some injuries that he needs attending to right now, and plus all the drinking that he's doing right now, according to his MySpace page, Rampage can't be that guy. So that leaves Lyoto Machida. I mean, no one else is really in position to challenge Rashad. Lyoto's been hanging around, and now that all other possible options have been expended, he's that guy. Some people say that he should have gotten a title shot a long time ago. I disagree. I believe that Lyoto was always that last, like that. Let me see, that last case, the worst case scenario or something, or that guy on the back burner, and that's the way it should be. That's what we're talking about right here. That's been the big issue about Lyoto Machida. A lot of people, will sit up there and say, it's like he should get a job. He's undefeated. He's dominated. He hasn't lost a round. So what? The fact of the matter is, up until like a year ago, he has not made any effort to finish his fights. I mean, nobody wants to sit around and see some guy play tag for 15 minutes. Is Lyoto boring? No, I don't think so. Is he exciting? I don't think so either. He's a rather interesting fighter with a rather interesting style. And I don't have any problem sitting down watching him, pick guys apart. However, if you're going to be the number one guy, if you're going to be the main event, the champion, you have to be a guy that can be a face, that can be the face of the organization. You have to be a guy that can draw seats and entertain and excite people. You have to draw excitement. And Lyoto Machida does not have a reputation of that. Some people say, but it's about what? No. This isn't the NFL. This isn't the NBA. This isn't, there are no tournaments here. There are no playoffs. The title system is completely subjective. And under a subjective system, such as, boxing, MMA and other combat sports when not involving tournaments, yeah, you have to bring a little bit more than your win-loss record to get into the title picture. And that's the way it should be. I mean, it's like I don't want to sit down and watch Lyoto Machida, back away for 25 minutes. I want to see two guys who are willing to go at it, fight. It doesn't have to be a stand-up war, whether you're on the ground, whether you're standing. I want to see you go at it. And that has been my issue with Lyoto Machida. However, that being said, Lyoto Machida, I think at UFC 79, he was given his first, main card push. He was coming against the UFC debuting Sokoju, who just had two stunning knockout victories over Ricardo Arona and Little Nogueira Rogerio. But I think in that fight he overwhelmed Sokoju with technique, using Sokoju's aggressiveness against him, and was able to get his first finish inside the octagon. That made him very dangerous. That put him on a lot of people's radars. It's a very difficult fighter to fight, and just some nobody really wants to mess with because it'll make you look like crap. He was later, put up against Tito Ortiz, and a lot of people. Tito successfully made it look like he was trying to fight, but Lyoto was making it boring or something. But Lyoto tagged him up, messed up his face, took him down at will, and it really stung Tito. Tito wasn't wearing those sunglasses in the press conference just to look cool. And unlike what I said before, those aren't point strikes. He can hurt you. And that's been my thing with Lyoto. I want him to hurt people more. I want him to tag people, get in there. With his style, he can be entertaining, but with his style, he has not been entertaining for the most part. But he's turning that around, and he really just showed a lot of work. From what I understand, he's been putting in a lot of strength and conditioning work. He's been working with his father, who is a Shotokan karate master. He's been working on adding some more aggression to his techniques, And you know, you really saw it come to a head in his battle against Thiago Silva. In that fight, you know, he just went aggressively at the openings, which were many, that Thiago left to him, and you know, took him down. You know, got out of the jiu-jitsu, you know, the submissions that Thiago tried to put up. And then later, you know, when they saw an opening, he just had a buzzer-beating knockout, you know, dive bomb fist to the ground that just put Thiago out. You know, showing that, you know, even with his quick strike capability, his his tactical, you know, approach, and you know, pinpoint striking, he can put some hurt on that, hit you where it hurts at the wrong times when you don't want to get hit, and put you out if you mess up. And he's definitely going to be a dangerous match for Rashad. I think Rashad he's also a different opponent because he has a lot of speed. I think he's faster than a lot of Machida's opponents. He fights a lot smarter than Ortiz. He's not going to do the same thing every time. He definitely fights a lot smarter than Thiago Silva, who just runs forward. You know, he's not as strong as Tito, but when he loses in strength, he's going to be all over Machida with his own speed. And will Lyoto's refined technique be able to take on Rashad's, you know, just fast pace and explosiveness? That's what we're going to see at UFC 98. I was hoping for some black on black crime, but we got the very next best thing, if not the best thing, and that's black on Brazilian crime. And I love seeing that every time. And I'll definitely tune in. Yes, Lyoto deserves a title shot. Who the hell else? Holla back.